See if that changes anything. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. Yeah, there we go. See my voice better? Sounds a lot better, actually. Hold on. Because I'm stupid and... Let's see, is that better? Does sound like a lot better, so hopefully it comes through like this. Well, welcome to the new updates. You know, got plenty of things to go through. Truly, but obviously start with the store first. A doubloon coupon. French DD crates, you know the drill. Proud French chain bundle. Let's see. What do they have? Commander crates. What does this have to offer? One big crate for the French alternative destroyers. And 2 Black Friday ultimate crates, which is a crate and a crate, by the way. This isn't too bad. 250 doubloons for 7 days and 250 doubloons for 15 promotion orders. Yeah, that seems reasonable. At least, like if you don't have any premium days. Let's see. Well, here's all the previous Black Friday ships. Of course, they're all in bundles. Or you just roll for them because these containers contain the previous Black Fridays, so you know, gotta roll if you want to get the ship you want, pretty much, unless you want to buy out the whole bundle. Which honestly, I feel like they should reduce the pricing if you have a certain amount of ships in each bundle, really, but, you know, that's just me. But anyways, the new Black Friday is these 4 ships, well, also including the one in the bundle. But they didn't say anything about anything different about them besides having the nice, like, Damascus type of camouflage to it, which is pretty nice, not gonna lie. Especially for the Alabama, which I'd like to get, but probably not gonna get, because I'm not gonna spend money on it or on the Black Friday. It does look pretty nice on Alabama. But I don't... Is there really anything different about these? I'm not seeing anything really. 98, 27.5 knots. Yeah, nothing really. So, then Graf Zeppelin's camouflage. I guess you could say like a little bit more basic. It doesn't have anything really Damascus showing. You know? But you know, it's a Black Friday ship, so someone will eventually pull for one of these ships, really. The Munchin, which also has that Damascus feel from Alabama as well. Which is pretty a nice little touch up compared to just being old matte black, you know. Makes it a lot more unique. But I don't think any of these ships have any different abilities from their counterparts anyways, so I guess they went back to just being Black Friday ships without any special abilities and such. So I wouldn't get your hopes too much on it. Granted, I don't have Munchin, but I do have Alabama, but I feel like there's no differences really. The only difference, however, is Sims getting a buff. So the Sims pretty much got a reload buff, which reduces its reload by 0.2 seconds. A Torp buff, which increases its range by about 2 kilometers. And that's for the upgrade and without upgrade. And also a health buff. What is this? Yeah, we'll get to the French destroyers in no time, game. Rest assured. Wait, that one only has one turret on the front? Okay. Yeah, I believe it should be shown here. Yeah. So it was supposed to be like 8.5 torp range, but now it's 10.5, so that's a pretty nice buff in general for the Sims. But yeah, there's the 3.1 reload time now rather than 3.3. So I believe it should be like 2.9 seconds, which will be the fastest reloading tier 6 American DD. But other than that, well, besides the health pool, which now has 15,000 rather than 13,000 health. But yeah, so if you have the Sims, you could probably try it out again, or if you somehow get Sims Black out of the Black Fridays. Now yeah, here's all the pricing for the Black Friday ships. They did increase the pricing on the doubloons to get like 1,250 for a 9% chance. Okay, what's this coupon? Get an extra 2,500 doubloons with any doubloon bundle starting from 2,750, including war chests. Might as well get it. Assuming it's only one. So 2,750. Let me double check. Okay, so yeah. If you want to get the extra 2,500 on it, buy the $10 bundle here. I believe that's what it's saying. right? Yeah. So yeah, at a minimum, you need to buy the $10 bundle to get the extra 2,500. Make sure to actually apply the coupon as well. Now, what is this? I guess a discount on French ships. Here's the French crates. Might as well buy them. So, oh, they just didn't add any discounts to any of these ships. Okay. Well, here's the big crates costs and pricing, if anyone would want to know. Now, what is this? Get 15% off of French ships Star, Dunkirk, Charlemagne, Strasbourg, or Bayard. Okay. Granted, I have all of them, so that doesn't matter to me, but if you want 15% off of any of these ships, make sure you use that coupon first. Now, what is this? Chain bundle. Man, 500 doubloons for 12 paint? That's a steal right there, I tell you what. Just to get Eagle. Yeah. I mean, it's only more worth it just to get these 2 tiers of French crates, really, than just stopping there. Anything else? Yeah, there's random bundle in the supply thing, but okay, moving on. So you can finish this pretty much today. Yeah, that's stupid. It's like, yeah, you can finish this on the first day of the next month, but you need to wait until December 1st to actually play it. Like, why? So dumb. Oh, now it's moving around in the nice glaciers. Guess that's unique. But I went over the ship last update, but I'm pretty sure you can unlock the other rewards, which is getting the extra 5,000 Mary tokens, which will probably be important, and getting the 2 level Santa 3 crates. So, you know, you can have a little bit more luck with those ones since there's fewer ships in them. But yeah, that's ridiculous where you have to wait another month just to play it, even though you're going to unlock it this week. Here we go. So yeah. How much is that? That'll be 4,000 right there, and then once you complete the mission rewards, you'll get another 3,000 of those tokens. And then obviously with the campaign, you'll be able to finish off in no time. What is this? So British only, and the reward is getting a full crate and a British Commander crate, which could help some people with the British Commander crate. And I believe, yeah, this only gets you one of the new Black Friday crates, but I think you get one more in the campaign, but it's probably behind the high paywall. So, nothing else there, so let's move on to the ship. here. Nottingham. Yeah, see, you can get the additional ship parts this early on, so you don't have to worry about anything really after getting all this. Because I believe that's should be about 3,000, 1,200, 1,500, 1,800, 2,100, 400, 700, yeah, 3,000. So even if you get like to rank 13 and complete the other missions, then you're fine. There's nothing to worry about. So, and obviously you get a bunch of additional stuff, which usually doesn't happen really. Where's the Black Friday crate? It's probably at the very end, isn't it? Did I pass over it? No, whatever. It's probably like somehow at the beginning. Right? No. I don't know where it is, but anyways, Nottingham. So they actually changed this from PC because it used to have a 14-inch bow. Man, this thing looks a bit funky looking, doesn't it? Looking at it now. With abnormally large guns. But they changed this from PC because it used to have 24 or 14-inch bow and stern armor, and then all around on the whole would be like 15-inch. But now it looks like they just made it straight 30 millimeters. But we'll get to that. Standard DCP. Repair priority 176 health per second. A duration of 28. Reload time of 80, and you get 2. And then here's a short burst smoke, so they're similar to defenses and those fast 43s. Sonar. Torpedo range of 3.1, ship range of 4.4 with the duration of a minute and a half, or a minute and 36 seconds. And you get 2. And then, well, here's defensive AA. If anyone wishes to take it, but keeping sonar on is a lot better than that. Let's see here. Survivability 35,000. I think that's like 5,000 less than Baltimore. 35,300. That torp reduction is so low. Yeah, fire range is 15.6, reload time of 13. They are 3x3 8-inch guns. So it looks abnormally large for having 8-inch guns. But you know. Turn time of 22.5, show grouping of 2. So I guess that might be good. But I'm not going to go through all this. That'll take a long time. Max HE shell damage at 2,850. With the muzzle velocity of being 814 meters a second. Fire setting chance of 15. And armor pen of 34 millimeters. So that'll be good in some situations. AP shells is 4,500. Same velocity. Yeah, pretty much. Secondaries of 8x1s, 5 kilometers. Okay, I guess they're like semi-decent, but you know. They're not really going to do much besides if you hit a destroyer, maybe. Torpedo launchers, 4x4s, 8 kilometers, so like, you know, 2 kilometers less than average British Torps from this tier. 62 knots with a reload time of 1 minute and 36 seconds. You have 14,500 damage for the max. Detectability of 1.3 kilometers. Ooh, that AA. That AA is so bad. Okay. So, I guess hope that the carrier doesn't go after you, I guess. Especially like a Grav Zeppelin or something. Man, that AA. What is that? I guess the best damage for it would be at 2.5 kilometers. Which 120 damage per second. But let's see here. The maneuverability, 32.5 knots, and with like a speed flag, might be going up to 33. So kind of similar, and in defense's 34 knot speed. You have a turning circle radius of 700 meters, a rotor shift time of 9.4, which is pretty good. 11.8 kilometer detect range. Let's see. So you can have 10.6 kilometers of detectability on this thing, which is pretty good. And obviously, if you have Mikawa on, it reduces it. Detectability range by air is 7.1, and firing guns and smoke is 6.6. Yep, here's the armor buff. Let's see. I know it does have a... No, that's probably the Citadel right there, where that thicker armor is. Could cause 406 and lower caliber guns to ricochet, so this could be pretty nasty. Yeah, 30 millimeter. 30 millimeter all around, pretty much. Side plating, 35 millimeter torpedo protection. Yeah, deck of 16 to 30 millimeters. I know these guns, I'm not very used to armor for the guns, but I don't know if it seems strong, but then obviously that wouldn't matter because they can just get knocked out, especially the elevated one. Yeah, there's a Citadel. That's a huge Citadel, so if you get, even if broadside like a little bit, then you're screwed, really. And look at that. Above water, pretty much everywhere across the ship. Where's the... Yeah, there's the torpedoes on the sides. Right there as well, if you were wondering. So, you know. Yeah, that's the Citadel. Very nasty, but feel like if played right, it could be, you know, pretty strong, especially with the armor buff now. Let's see here. Yeah, area denial, sequential, hidden. So Nottingham. After signing the Washington Naval Treaty, Great Britain immediately got down to the task of designing cruisers. One of the great enthusiasts for the development of a new cruiser class was Sir George Thurston, who designed such ships as Congo and Erin. In 1926, he presented 3 cruiser projects to the Royal Navy. Projects A and B resembled the County-class cruisers, while Project C turned out to be more radical. This innovative design positioned the main battery turrets at the bow to achieve a better concentration of fire. Year design 1926. Yeah. Hampshire, but with HE and AP. Yeah, can kind of see that. Especially for the armor buff. Especially the armor buff from PC to console now, then this thing will be a lot stronger than its PC counterpart. Yeah, that is the Nottingham. Let's see. There's asymmetric battles I'll get to, but first... Oh yeah. Since the French DDs came out, here's Albionnet. So you probably want to equip this once you get a French DD. Because that boost distance reduction, so that pretty much means like at a certain range, the DDs will get that increased fire chance for the torpedoes as well as speed. So that torpedo boost distance reduces that range. And then the second ability, it's pretty much like Colorado's ability, where the first salvo torpedoes that you shoot reduces it by the amount that is shown, so like minus 30% for that torp rack. And then every third torpedo launched, or torpedo rack launched, it reduces it by the same amount. But obviously you gotta think about it strategically of which torpedo rack you'd want to reduce first, you know? But yeah, that's the torpedo boost instance, which I'll probably show again once we get to them. Well, probably right now, actually. La Joy. Standard, pretty much like French DD, really. With tier 4s. Can I? Odd. I can just buy the upgrades already. See, well, here's the upgrades for the droid. Maximum torpedo speed of 10 extra. 90 kilometer torpedoes at tier 4. Dude. At least make them like 70 or something. That way they're not the, like, this immediately strong. And not to mention a torp detect by 1.1? Like, really? At tier 4? That's like Fletcher detectability for torpedoes. And not to mention I have a toggle, so that reduces it by another 200 meters. So I can have 0.9 detect. I can have Russian detectability on these things. But obviously not for the higher tier ones. Like, why? I think they should be like 2 kilometers all around. That's insanely strong at tier 4. Not to mention with an 80-second reload, which reduces it by further with the commander. Let's see. Okay, that's 10-kilometer range. And then the hit points increase. I mean, I guess you have, what, less than 10,000 health? Rudder shift to minus 1.3. Let's see. Standard DCP. You have 4 smokes, 15-second duration, dispersion time of 70, reload time of 90. So they're like, I guess, similar to British smoke in a way, where you can kind of get it back up immediately after it disperses. You have a 20-second threshold though, so. Max speed of 20, plus 20 maximum speed, so these things will still go like 40 for about, okay, well it's now 2 minutes rather than 3. Then the reload time is 3 minutes still. Yeah, 9,800 hit points. See the reload time, 7 seconds. Then that increases by another 7%. Traverse time of 13.8. Maximum HE shell damage 1,900. Very low shell velocity or muzzle velocity. Fire sending chance of 9% with an armor pen of 22 millimeters. Maximum AP shell damage of 2,300. Same muzzle velocity. Okay, torpedo launchers. I like how they seem like the torpedo. Like, that doesn't make sense. Why is it like 9 ability when they're already gonna be insanely strong? But anyways, you get 2x3s. You get an 8-kilometer torp range base. And then your boost distance. Yeah. The distance required for your torpedoes to reach its maximum performance. So that means after it hits that boost distance, then it increases the speed and such. So 50 knot regular speed, and then the torpedo max speed is 80. So wait, maximum torpedo speed reached at the end of boost distance. Wait. Oh, I didn't realize that. So it increases. It seems like, I guess it increases speed, and then once it hits the boost distance, then it's at its maximum power. What? I thought it was gonna be like the opposite, where it has to hit 6-kilometer distance. And then, okay. But the reload time goes down 5 seconds from the 85. And here's the fire starting chance. 100%. And then it goes up to 400. So let's see. Let me read the description. Base chance of your torpedoes starting a fire immediately after launching and before torpedo defenses and fire resistances are considered. Dude, it's 100%. If it says 100%, it's gonna be 100%. Especially after this. Maximum chance of your torpedo starting a fire reached at the end of the boost distance and before torpedo defenses and fire resistance are considered. So what, the fire chance of like 17% might reduce the possibility of having a fire for like at a 383% chance? Sure game. Maximum simulated damage of 9,300, which I think increases by another 3,000 with the upgrades. So then the torp range by sea. Oh, here we go. Maximum torpedo detectability range by sea. Reached at the end of boost distance. Okay, so it actually increases the detection after. But it's like, even then, you can have like Otago on and reduce it by another 200 meters, so then it goes down to 1.9, which is similar to Yoshino's detectability for its torpedoes. You know, and also it has a very short arming distance. Or a better arming distance by like 30 meters compared to other ships as well. So, for anyone who would be confused, the torp speed and fire chance is already starting once you launch them, but to hit the maximum, it needs to hit the boost distance. And with Albionnet having that new ability, reduces that distance. So this can go down to like maybe, let's say like 5 kilometers. So it has a better chance of hitting that boost distance, or has a faster chance of hitting the boost distance and getting that increased max torpedo speed and fire chance. So, the A, we don't need to talk about the AA. Maneuverability, max speed of 33 knots. Turning circle radius of 560 meters. Rotor shift time of 4.3. Concealment, 5.7. How low would that be? Okay. 5.7 minus 6%, 5.3, or 5.4 if you round it up. Then let's say 3.8% minus another 3.8%. That's exactly 5 kilometers. This thing nearly rivals Kamikaze in terms of detectability. So, yeah. And I think if you have the other ability, which reduces your detect by like 10% with engine boost active, that goes down even further, or the other one, which reduces your health but gives you better stealth. Yeah, this thing rivals Kamikaze in detectability, or nearly does. But range by air is 2.8, and firing guns and smoke is 2.2. Woo! Look at that armor. Toasty torpedoes. Okay. Boost torpedoes. Some torpedo parameters change with distance. Lugdunum, one of the 14 French destroyers of the 1920s that was a successor of the Brawl class. These ships were built to address the shortage of modern destroyers in the French Navy. They featured new 5.1-inch guns, 5.1, slightly larger dimensions. During World War II, the lead ship Lugdunum performed patrol and escort duties, but she was lost in May 1940 while covering the Allied evacuation from Dunkirk. Entered service 1927 and ships in a series 14. Yeah, is my voice coming through a lot better than previous live streams? I'm not sure, but I'm hoping it is. Just need some confirmation, but here's Duchaffault. Okay, so what? Like 12,000 health before? A minute reload? Less than a minute reload? Okay. Let's see, yeah, same smoke, same engine boost. Get 12,500 health, or 400 health. This has lower caliber guns from the previous one. 9.3 fire range, 6.5 second reload with a 12.9 second turn time. $700 AG shell damage with a 7% chance to set fires, 20mm armor pen, and the AP shell damage is 2,300 max, 950 muzzle velocity. That's insanely high. That might as well be the fastest muzzle velocity in the game. That's nearly 1,000 meters a second. What? The other one was like, yeah, 700 meters. Now this has 950 meters a second muzzle velocity. That's nearly 1,000 meters a second, guys. What? That's, like, impressive, honestly. 950 meters a second. That's faster than Iowa's guns can reach a target. Let's see here. 2x3s again. Torp range of 8 kilometers, the same boost distance of 6. Torpedo speed goes up to, like, what, 55 knots? And then 90 knot max speed for the upgrade. Minus 6 or 7% reload time, which obviously you reduce it with Albunate. Same fire, I'm pretty sure it's always going to have the same fire starting chance at launch and increased 400% chance. Maximum damage is 11,340. Same detectability range by sea and maximum torpedo range by sea. It has, what, 2 meters more, or I think the same army distance actually. We don't talk about the AA here. That's so bad. You might as well just get targeted by the carrier the entire time. Maneuverability of 38 knots? You know, it's funny because they said that these things were going to be pretty slow and sluggish for what they're capable of. But then here's this one with 38 knots. I know the Tier 7 has 35 knots, but still though. Not to mention it has the engine boost, which increases it by like what? An extra 5 knots? So it still goes 40 knots speed. And this thing will go faster than it. See, turning circle radius of 570 meters, rotor shift time of 5 seconds. A 6.3 kilometer range by sea, range by air is 3.1, and firing guns and smoke is 2.2. Armor. Let's see here. Duchaffault. One of the Soldati-class destroyers built in Italy in the 1930s and 40s, formerly known as Legionario. During World War II, she participated in operations to intercept convoys, escort fleet movements, and deliver supplies for Italian troops. In 1948, she was transferred to France and renamed Duchaffault, or Duchaffault. Entered service 1942, ships in the Series 19. Yeah, it does have the French or the Italian kind of feel to it, really. Let's see here. Lee Hardi. Minus 75 seconds. They said that these torpedoes were going to be long reloading torpedoes. Oh look, there's the 95 knot speed at Tier 5. Wow. And it increases the torp range by 10 kilometers as well, so it has a base of 9 and a base of 80-second reload. About what? 14,400 HP base. Wait. Oh wait, no, I was looking at the Tier 5. But now this one gets the concealment mod. I was freaking out. I was like, why does the Tier 5 have the mod 3 on? Same DCP. Same smoke. And same engine boost as the previous ships. HP 14,400, main batteries. You got 3.2s, 130s, 9.7 firing range, 7-second reload, turret traverse time of 18 seconds. You have 1,950 HE shell damage, 840 meter muzzle velocity with a 22 armor pen. Max AP shell damage of 2,400, muzzle velocity of 800 meters, which is actually lower than the Tier 5s combined. Torpedo launchers. 1x3s? So you only get one torpedo launcher. Wait, hold on. Oh wow, you actually do. Okay. Maybe that's why they made it semi-stronger. Because you only get one torpedo launcher. So yeah, torpedo range of 9. The boost distance increases by 7.5 to reach maximum torpedo speed and fire starting chance. Obviously, the torpedo speed now goes up to 95 knots. So, and then the base speed of your torpedoes. So obviously, Avione is a must pretty much on every one of these ships at this rate. 11,600 or 700 damage for torpedo hits. The same torpedo range by sea and maximum torpedoes. Oh wait, okay, I didn't see that one. So no, it does not have a single win. It has a 1x3, but then 2x2s. Am I high? Did I just miss that completely? I did. I just whiffed over that. Oh, okay, so then it's actually stronger than what I thought it would be. And it has a shorter arming range, or a little bit higher actually. But let's see here, 9 kilometers, 7.5, same speed, same reload, fires. Okay, yeah, pretty much the torpedoes for the 2x2s are exactly the same. So there's no difference between these two really, besides having one extra torpedo tube. The AA is spectacular. You should totally build into it. 37 knot speed, so like what? Around 41, 42 knots that it can get. Turn circle radius of 610 meters. And with a rotor shift of 5.1. So you have 6.7 range by sea, and by air is 3.4, and firing guns and smoke is 2.5 kilometers. Sorry, I'm doing a little bit of calculations. So with full concealment builds, or well, semi-concealment, if you just have the regular minus 6% detectability by sea on Albione, and then you have both of the stealth or destroyer or detectability commanders, Swirsky and Bay, my detect on this would be 5.2 kilometers. So, yeah. Look at that armor. Lee Hardi class destroyers were designed for joint operations with the new Dunkirk-class battleships. They featured modern artillery, 6 5.1-inch guns enclosed in turrets. Lead ship Le Hardi participated in World War II, escorting French battleships and protecting troop transports. The crew scuttled her at Toulon to prevent the ship from falling into German hands. Entered service 1940, ships in the Series 12. But yeah, these things are gonna have nasty concealment. But obviously, I'll go over the asymmetrical battles and the buffs and nerfs that they gave to ships as well. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. There's something different. So what? From 125 seconds to 115, so about 2 minutes. Then obviously with the torpedo reload speed being reduced, it can probably go down to like 97 seconds. Has 11-kilometer range. Same with the main battery, maxed. Hit points, an extra 1,000, so 15,700 base health. Same DCP as previous, same smoke generator as previous, and same engine boost as previous. So yeah, 15,700 HP, 3x2s, 130 millimeters or 5.1 inch. You have 10-kilometer range, reload time of 6.5, turret traverse time of 18 seconds. Maximum HE shell damage of 19,500 or 1,950. Muzzle velocity of 840 meters. Fire steady chance of 9% with the armor pen of 22 millimeters. And AP max shell damage is 2,400 with 800 meter muzzle velocity. Now torpedo launchers. Now this one gets the 3x3s. 10 kilometers. The boost distance is 8.2, but obviously if you reduce it, it goes down to like 7 or so. So that helps. It already has the base 95 maximum torp speed. Reload time about 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Same fire setting chances as all the others. Damage increases, so 12,885 damage max. Same detectability range by sea and max torpedo detectability range by sea. Arming distance increases by like what? 12 or so? 13 from the previous or the tier 6. The AA, I guess 3.5 gives you 122 damage per second, but nothing really to write home of. 35 knot speed, which is about like what, 41 knots anyways if you have the engine boost on. Turning circle radius of 620 meters, rotor shift time at 3.9. I mean, if you guys have any questions, just let me know, but okay, same detect by sea. So this thing will have about 5.2 or even lower detectability with whatever build you're running. Or if you have the commanders all maxed out, then yeah, it's going to be like 5 or even lower. Range by air is 3.3 and firing guns and smoke is 2.5. The armor resists up to 102 millimeter HE shells. Okay. And Le Aventurier. This destroyer is essentially an enlarged version of Le Hardi, featuring upgraded anti-aircraft and torpedo armament. The Spanish Civil War highlighted the heightened threat to ships posed by aviation, so in the late 1930s and early 1940s, consideration was given to reworking the Le Hardi project to enhance the power of her air defense systems. Year design 1940. Great anti-air, I guess. And then, obviously, here is the Tier 8, which we won't be able to get until after this update, the Orage. Seeing what it's upgrades. 11-kilometer range, 1003. Wow. You really don't get like anything else from these ships after that. The only thing would be the torpedoes. So what, 110 seconds? 115, and this thing goes up to 12 kilometers. See, I'm assuming, yeah, same DCP, same smoke, same engine boost as previous. So, like, you get about 18,000 health maximum. Main battery, 3x2s, 127s. Maximum firing range is 11. Reload time is 6. Turret traverse time is 10. You have 1,900 HE shell damage with a muzzle velocity of 808 meters, fire static chance of 7, armor pen of 21. Maximum AP shell damage is 2,450 with same muzzle velocity. Torpedoes, 3x3s. Max torpedo range would be 11 kilometers, but then 12. Boost distance of 9. So that's pretty high. Torpedo speed base is 60. Maximum torpedo speed is 95. Reload time 115, which reduces by 10 when the upgrade. Same fire chances. Then 13,636 damage. Same torp and max torp detect by sea. And the armoring distance is the same as the tier 7 Aventuria. I guess this thing gets better AA. I mean, it has farther range, but with 5.2, with 73 damage per second, 3.5 for 49 damage per second, but that's really about it. .34 knot speed, max speed, turning circle radius of 620 meters, with a 4.2 rudder shift time. Concealment, okay, it's gonna have like the same concealment as Aventuria, which would be like 5.2 to 5 kilometers depending on your build. 3.4 kilometer range by sea, and firing guns and smoke is 2.5. Armor. A variant of the first French Navy post-war destroyer project with new dual-purpose 5-inch 127mm guns. The need for a dual-purpose main battery for destroyers became evident during World War II. However, France was unable to complete a similar system before the war. It was only in 1948 that a 5-inch twin-gun mount was created and standardized with U.S. munitions. Year design 1948. Yeah, that is the Orage. But I'm gonna go over the buffs real quick before I show off what the Brawl is now. Let's see. Gonna pick Florida, obviously. So the buffs previously mentioned, I mentioned Sims with the reduce, reload, torp, increase, and it also had increase with damage for the torpedoes as well. So the Munchin also gets a buff. So its range goes up by 1.2 or 0.12 kilometers, so 14.9 exactly. I don't know why I'm getting hiccups. The detectability range by sea and air is reduced from 12.54 to 11.7 and from 7.52 to 7.02. And firing guns and smoke was reduced from 6.08 to 5.48. Oh yeah, the Brisbane. They made a Brisbane black, so that's only available in the crates. But her reload was reduced from 4.5 to 4. Louisiana got a nerf from 30-second to 32-second reload time for main battery, and the airstrike torpedoes were reduced from 55 to 50 knots. Des Moines, she got a buff from AP and HE shell damage with 4,500 to 250 damage increase, really, for the AP, and then for the HE is about 200 damage increase. Gdansk got a nerf from the reload from being 5 to 7 seconds. Holland got a major buff, so Holland has its reload reduced from 2 to 1.8 seconds. Torpedo damage increased from 10,700 to 11,290, and gets radar now. So you have two of these, they last for 20 seconds, it has a 3-minute cooldown time, and the range is 7.5. Gearing also got a buff, so it increases the fire range from 10.74 to 11.3. Improved smoke generator, so you get 3 instead of 2. The duration increased from 28 to 30 by 2 seconds. The smoke dispersion also increased from 2 minutes and 4 seconds to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And the cooldown time got reduced from 240 seconds to 200. Johann de Witt got a nerf from the stock reload time airstrike from 95 to 105, and the upgraded airstrike reload time from 90 to 100. And airstrike accuracy reduced. Percentage of bombs falling near the center aim point from 66 to 50, so it's half and half now. That's also applied to Haarlem and Andracht. The alternative Russian DDs got a buff, so the Super Brazilian got a torp range increase from stock 5 to 6, torpedo upgrade 7 to 8, and gets a repair party consumable, so it gets a heal at tier 5 or tier 4. Voivod gets a buff from main battery reload time reduced from 7 to 5 seconds. Torp stock and upgraded torp range is the same, and also gets a repair party consumable. Kiev gets a buff with a health buff. That's really about it. Dushishimi also gets a buff, so its main battery reload time reduced from 4 to 2.5, and the torpedo reload time reduced from stock and upgraded, respectively, being 140 to 125, and then upgraded 125 to 100 seconds. And also, just to make sure, I know. But anyways, let's get into the new Brawl to see what is going on. But if anyone has questions, just let me know. I love that. The buffs. Your team consists of 5 real players. The enemy team consists of 12 AI. Let's see, well, this is, I guess, a unique start. I guess this is an interesting way to play Brawl now. See, they should have lower tier ships. I guess. This is follow the crowd, I guess. That's not good. It's not good at all. Are we gonna get pincered because we're all going in one direction? I'll just stay here then. Gossip. I wonder how much XP you'll get out of this. Cool. Wish my controller wasn't screwing up. That'd be wonderful. So what, 3 destroyers? I guess, no, maybe it's 4 destroyers. 4 of each class, I guess. You know, they said the AI was going to be better, but I'm not seeing it. I wish this controller would just not. Yeah, they really said that, oh yeah, the AI is going to be a lot better in this, pretty much, than it seems like regular AI, really. Guess I chose wrong staying over there in this direction, but, you know. "19 seconds. Oh yeah, I didn't show off the rewards, did I? I'll do that after. Hey, I guess this is new Brawl. Fun and enjoyable. This seems like I'm fighting blue teammates that just sit in the back of the map and do nothing, but... But I wonder how much XP you get out of this. Oh, I think, yeah, they said that the match time was like 12 minutes. As well, so I guess it's slightly shorter than what a standard match would be. Oh, okay, I guess we went off of points as well, so... Oh wow, you get... I mean, unless I played badly, which I did, do you get anything, really? No, like 1,000 XP, really? If you play well enough. So yeah, you don't really get a whole lot of things, but it does help with the weekly assignments, battle prowess, and all that, so I guess it's fine. But anyways, I forgot to show off the rewards. So as you can see at the bottom, it's 5 wins per, so you have to win 45 battles in total. So the first set of rewards is 100,000 credits, with the fall crate 10 wins is 25,000 commander XP with the day premium. 15 wins is 5,000 global with 500 steel. So you get an amount of 2,000 steel in total if you just play this 45 times, which from the gameplay that you just saw, it seems pretty simple, you know. And then at the 35 win mark, you also get a Black Friday crate with 500 steel, and then at the very end, you get an insignia and 1,000 steel, which, if you're part of a fleet that has the steel upgrade maxed out, you'll get an additional 150 steel out of it. So, yeah, I'd say that's pretty good, although the actual rewards in-game isn't that great at all. But, you know, if you want pretty much a free 2000 steel, just play this game mode 45 times, or even have it like a division that you can just get through quickly. But I think I've went through everything. You can't get the Lugdunum this update because, you know, why not? Play the Brawl because you get an easy 2000 steel or more because, you know, with the steel upgrade for fleets, so you get maybe like 2,300 or so. And French DDs are going to be very strong at their tiers, really. Because, you know, having 90 knot speed at tier 4 with a concealment that nearly rivals Kamikaze is also pretty good, I guess. Right? But, yeah, COVID everything, and once I can actually look at my live stream, I'll post timestamps for everything that I covered. So don't worry about, you know, scrolling through or everything to try to find what you need. I'll timestamp it as quickly as possible. So, but yeah, that's really about it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.